Did you know the Cadillac Lyriq scored just 53 out of 100 in Consumer Reports' latest reliability survey, making it literally the worst car on the market? Yeah, we fact-checked that twice because it seemed impossible. But here's the reality. Some vehicles are so poorly engineered that mechanics actually discourage customers from buying them, not because they want to be mean, but because they've seen the financial devastation firsthand. Today, we're exposing 12 vehicles that make seasoned mechanics quietly beg, "Please buy anything else." And we've got Consumer Reports data, NHTSA complaints, and repair cost receipts to prove every claim. Stick around, because if you're shopping for any of these, this video could save you thousands. Number 12. Volkswagen Taos, 2022 to 2025. The Volkswagen Taos earned the dubious honor of being named the single most unreliable vehicle in Consumer Reports' 2025 survey. Let that sink in. Out of every car, truck, and SUV tested, this compact crossover ranked dead last. For a vehicle that's barely been on the market for 3 years, that's genuinely impressive in all the wrong ways. Under the hood sits a turbocharged 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 158 horsepower, adequate power for grocery runs, but mechanics report frequent issues with the turbocharger failing prematurely. Owners have complained about rough shifting from the 8-speed automatic transmission, particularly during cold starts. The infotainment system freezes more often than a laptop running Windows Vista, and electrical gremlins plague everything from the backup camera to the climate controls. What makes this especially frustrating is that VW priced the Taos to compete directly against ultra-reliable models like the Honda CR-V and Mazda CX-5. Base prices start around $25,000, which seems reasonable until you factor in the cost of repairs. RepairPal estimates the Taos will need above-average maintenance even in its first few years, with typical German parts pricing making simple fixes unnecessarily expensive. Mechanics have reported issues with the engine cooling system, faulty sensors triggering false warnings, and premature brake wear. For a vehicle this new, the frequency of problems is alarming. One technician told Consumer Reports they'd seen multiple Taos models with under 20,000 miles already requiring significant repairs. The real kicker? Volkswagen's warranty won't cover everything, and finding a competent VW specialist can be challenging outside major metro areas. But hey, at least it's not our number 11 pick. Number 11. GMC Canyon, 2023 to 2025. Consumer Reports identified the GMC Canyon as one of 2025's least reliable trucks, with particular emphasis on its problematic powertrain and electronics. This midsize pickup represents what happens when corporate priorities override quality control. The 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine generates 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. Impressive on paper, but owners report engine misfires, excessive oil consumption, and turbo lag that makes highway merging unpredictable, according to JD Power Quality surveys. The 8-speed automatic transmission hunts for gears during normal driving, creating a frustrating experience. The electronics are even worse. When the infotainment system fails, it requires complete hardware replacement, not a simple software update. Mechanics report replacement costs exceeding $3,000 out of pocket because GM integrated every critical function through one failure-prone computer. That's $3,000 to fix your touchscreen. Starting prices hover around $42,000 for well-equipped models, but factor in repairs and you're paying tundra money with questionable reliability. Mechanics note Canyon owners frequently return for faulty fuel injectors, malfunctioning electronic systems, and premature brake rotor warping, all documented in RepairPal's service records data. The Canyon's towing capacity of 7,700 pounds looks great in brochures, but mechanics warn that towing accelerates the transmission problems significantly. GM dealers have acknowledged software issues, but insist it's working as designed, which doesn't inspire confidence when your truck is bucking like a Bronco. Owner satisfaction scores from JD Power show the Canyon ranking near the bottom of its segment, with reliability being the primary complaint. One Phoenix mechanic shared, "I've seen the same 2023 Canyon Canyon 5 times in 8 months for different issues. GM used to make bulletproof trucks. This isn't that. And speaking of trucks that disappeared, number 10, Chevrolet Malibu, 2016 to 2024. Consumer Reports gave the Chevrolet Malibu a reliability score of just 2 out of 5, so poor that Chevrolet discontinued it in 2024. The brand couldn't justify engineering costs to fix its endless problems, essentially admitting defeat. The most common engine, a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder producing 160 horsepower, suffers from timing chain failures, excessive oil consumption, and head gasket leaks before 60,000 miles, according to TSB documentation from GM. The optional 2.0-liter turbo with 250 horses shares similar issues. One car complaints user described their engine knocking like it's trying to escape at just 48,000 miles. Both the CVT, early models, and 9-speed automatic, later ones, have terrible reputations. NHTSA complaints document harsh shifts, transmission slipping, and complete failures requiring $4,000 plus replacements. The electrical system isn't immune. Power steering failures, infotainment crashes, and instrument cluster malfunctions plague these sedans. Used Malibus range from $12,000 to $22,000, which seems appealing until you see RepairPal's data showing repair frequency 65% higher than average for the midsize sedan segment. Annual maintenance averages $532, but that excludes major failures. One Michigan mechanic called the Malibu a parts car waiting to happen. They're back every 3 months. The most reliable thing about the Malibu? Knowing it'll need repairs soon, Chevrolet sold over 144,000 units in 2019, but by 2023, that number collapsed to barely 100,000 as buyers wised up to quality issues. The depreciation curve resembles a cliff dive, lose 60% of value in 3 years according to Kelley Blue Book data. Former Malibu owners on forums consistently recommend Honda Accords and Toyota Camrys as alternatives that actually last. But if you think that's rough, number 9 is worse. Number 9, Nissan Altima, 2013 to 2023. The Nissan Altima's CVT transmission has spawned multiple class action lawsuits and made mechanics wealthy. This isn't speculation, it's documented legal history you can Google right. Nissan's Xtronic CVT used in 2013 plus Altimas fails well before 100,000 miles, sometimes as early as 60,000 miles, according to NHTSA complaint data showing over 3,800 transmission-related submissions. Symptoms include violent shuddering, slipping, overheating, and eventual catastrophic failure. CVT replacements cost $3,500 to $8,000, depending on whether you choose rebuilt or new. CarEdge.com verified these figures with service centers nationwide. The Altima offers either a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, 188 horsepower, or 3.5-liter V6, 270 horses. Both engines are generally reliable. It's the transmission destroying everything. Mechanics report CVT cooler lines leak frequently, causing fluid burn-off and accelerating failure. Consumer Reports awarded the Altima a below-average reliability rating, specifically citing the CVT. Used Altima's range from $8,000 to $20,000, explaining why dealer lots overflow with them. Depreciation is brutal because informed buyers know what's coming. One New Jersey mechanic stated, "The Altima is the gift that keeps on giving. To my bottom line, I see the same customers every 80,000 miles for transmission work." Beyond CVT disasters, owners report subframe rust problems, especially in salt states, failing AC compressors, and premature brake rotor warping according to RepairPal's trouble spot analysis. Nissan extended warranties on certain CVT models through 2019, but coverage expired for many vehicles, leaving owners with massive repair bills. The 2013 and 2015 model years are particularly notorious, with CarComplaints.com listing them as years to avoid. Industry experts estimate over 1.5 million Nissans have been affected by CVT problems across various models. Want to avoid transmission nightmares? Keep watching. Number 8. Volkswagen Golf R, 2015 to 2024. Consumer Reports assigned the Golf R a reliability score of 2 out of 5, noting owners experienced significantly more problems than most vehicles in its class. This hot hatch combines thrilling performance with wallet-draining maintenance. The 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder pumps out 292 to 315 horsepower depending on model year, paired with either a 6-speed manual or 7-speed DSG dual-clutch automatic. That DSG causes nightmares. Mechanics report mechatronic unit failures costing $3,000 to $5,000 for replacement, clutch pack wear requiring expensive rebuilds, and software glitches triggering limp mode unexpectedly. VW forums document hundreds of DSG complaints with repair invoices as proof. The $47,100 starting price for 2025 models means you're paying luxury money for reliability that doesn't match. The Toyota GR Corolla and Subaru WRX cost less and score better in reliability surveys. Beyond DSG drama, Golf R owners report water pump failures, carbon buildup on intake valves, and failing ignition coils, all searchable in VW's Technical Service Bulletin database. The Haldex all-wheel drive system adds complexity. Mechanics note the rear differential and Haldex controller both fail regularly, with replacement costs exceeding $2,000. One Denver VW specialist mentioned, "Great car for 3 years. After that, you're gambling every time you turn the key." The performance is undeniably addictive. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds and a top speed of 155 miles per hour make this one of the fastest hot hatches available. But that performance comes at a price beyond the sticker. VW's 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty barely covers the first ownership cycle before major issues surface. Enthusiast forums show owners spending $3,000 to $5,000 annually on maintenance after warranty expiration, making total cost of ownership astronomical compared to Japanese competitors. Want even worse reliability? Check out number 7. Number 7, Cadillac Lyriq, 2023 to 2025. Consumer Reports rated the Cadillac Lyriq with a predicted reliability score of 53 out of 100, the absolute worst score of any 2025 vehicle. This isn't opinion, it's statistical fact based on over 300,000 vehicle surveys. The Lyriq features single or dual motor setups producing 340 horsepower or 500 horsepower AWD with a 102 kilowatt-hour battery pack providing 314 miles EPA range. Impressive specs, terrible execution. Consumer Reports documented problems in virtually every category: EV battery issues, charging system failures, climate control malfunctions, brake problems, electrical accessory failures, and persistent noises and leaks. Starting prices hover around $62,000, but you're paying premium money for rock-bottom reliability. Mechanics report the complex electrical architecture requires special GM diagnostic software. Standard OBD scanners can't read half the codes. Several owners on Cadillac forums have reported complete battery pack replacements under warranty, raising concerns about post-warranty costs potentially reaching $15,000 to $20,000. The charging system proves particularly problematic. NHTSA complaints document random charging errors, slow charging speeds, and complete charging failures requiring flatbed tows to dealerships. One Texas owner stated, "My $70,000 luxury EV has been towed 3 times in 6 months. Cadillac has no answers." J.D. Power's 2024 initial quality study ranked Cadillac 27th out of 33 brands, with the Lyriq specifically flagged. The vehicle's 33-inch LED display is gorgeous when it works, but owners report system crashes, frozen screens, and complete reboots while driving. GM's 8-year, 100,000-mile battery warranty sounds reassuring until you read the fine print excluding many electrical components. Resale values are already plummeting as early adopters rush to dump these EVs before warranty expiration. The next vehicle isn't much better. Number 6, Rivian R1T and R1S, 2022 to 2025. Consumer Reports ranked Rivian as the least reliable automotive brand in 2025. Not just a bad model, but the entire brand. Both the R1T pickup and R1S SUV scored dismally in reliability surveys. The quad-motor all-wheel drive system produces 533 to 835 horsepower depending on battery configuration. The 135 kilowatt-hours or 180 kilowatt-hours battery packs promise impressive range, but owners report battery degradation, charging bugs, and electrical problems documented across Rivian owner forums with photographic evidence of error screens. Consumer Reports flagged problems with EV battery and charging, drive system, climate control, electrical accessories, brakes, body hardware, and in-car electronics, essentially everything. One mechanic described Rivians as playing whack-a-mole. Fix one issue, 3 more appear. RepairPal hasn't even rated Rivian yet because there's insufficient repair history data, which is concerning for such an expensive vehicle. Prices start around $75,000 for the R1T and $78,000 for the R1S. Owners report battery pack replacements under warranty, terrifying for future used buyers. Software updates creating new problems, failed climate systems, and electrical accessories that simply stop working. The innovative 48-volt electrical architecture sounds advanced until it shorts out. One Arizona owner's R1T spent 90 days at the service center for various repairs, verified via his documented timeline on social media. "I wanted to love this truck," he wrote, "but it doesn't love me back." The gear tunnel storage and camp kitchen accessories are innovative features that work great when the vehicle actually runs. Rivian's service network remains extremely limited, with many owners traveling 100+ miles to the nearest service center. The company burned through $6.7 billion in cash in 2023, raising concerns about long-term warranty support and parts availability if financial troubles worsen. Next up, a German nightmare. Number 5. BMW X5. 2008 to 2014. The second and third generation BMW X5 models from 2008 to 2014 represent peak German over-engineering. Mechanics see these aging SUVs and think about early retirement. Theirs, funded by repair bills. Common engines include the 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-6 N55, producing 300 horsepower, and the notorious 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 N63, cranking out 400 to 445 horses. That N63 V8 is legendary for catastrophic timing chain failures, oil leaks from every seal, failing electric water pumps, and turbocharger failures costing $3,000 to $6,000 per side. BMW forums document these failures with thousands of posts and repair invoices. The 2008 to 2009 models face an additional terror: engine fires. NHTSA recall 14V655 addresses PCV valve heaters that can overheat and ignite the engine, even while parked. Several X5s burned completely before recalls began. Add Takata airbag recalls with potentially explosive inflators, and you've got serious safety concerns documented by NHTSA. Used prices range from $8,000 to $25,000. Seemingly appealing until you learn RepairPal estimates annual maintenance at $1,174, and that excludes major failures. When things break, expect $5,000 plus repair bills. The 8-speed automatic develops mechatronic issues, the transfer case leaks, the air suspension sags, $1,500 per corner, and the iDrive system crashes regularly. One BMW specialist noted, "The N63 engine is job security on 4 wheels. Everyone will need major work eventually." The 2011 model logged 305 NHTSA complaints and 15 recalls, alarming numbers for any vehicle. BMW's valve stem seal problems cause excessive oil consumption, requiring engine teardowns costing $4,000 to $8,000 to fix properly. The high-pressure fuel pump failures on diesel models can introduce metal shavings into the fuel system, contaminating the entire setup. But there's worse coming. Number 4. Chrysler 300, 2011 to 2023. Consumer Reports and J.D. Power have consistently ranked Chrysler among the bottom 5 least reliable brands, with the 300 sedan embodying everything wrong with late-stage Chrysler engineering before the brand essentially gave up. The 300 typically features either a 3.6-liter Pentastar Fief 6 producing 292 to 300 horsepower, or the legendary 5.7-liter Hemi Fürth 8 with 363 to 370 horses. While the Hemi sounds glorious, mechanics report lifter failures causing catastrophic engine damage, excessive oil consumption, and MDS, problems requiring expensive repairs. The Pentastar V6 suffers from rocker arm failures and timing chain issues. The 8-speed automatic transmission develops harsh shifting, slipping, and complete failures requiring $3,500 to $4,500 replacements, according to RepairPal data. Electrical gremlins plague everything. The Uconnect infotainment system crashes and requires hard resets. Power window regulators fail regularly, and the TIPM, totally integrated power module, malfunctions cause no start conditions, costing $1,000 to $1,200 to replace. Used 300S range from $12,000 to $30,000 depending on age. Annual maintenance averages $631 per RepairPal, but major repairs push costs significantly higher. Consumer Reports gave recent 300's reliability scores of 2 out of 5, citing problems with engine, transmission, electrical systems, and suspension components. One Pennsylvania mechanic stated, "The 300 looks impressive, but it's built on old Mercedes architecture with Chrysler quality control. That combination never ends well." Chrysler discontinued the 300 after 2023, marking the end of an era, and few shed tears given its reliability record. The rear-wheel drive platform delivers entertaining handling dynamics, but that fun factor evaporates when you're stranded roadside waiting for a tow truck. Forum posts show owners experiencing alternator failures, starter problems, and coolant leaks before hitting 80,000 miles consistently. Speaking of combinations that don't end well, Number 3, Jeep Grand Cherokee, 2011 to 2022. The fourth-generation Jeep Grand Cherokee looks imposing and capable, but mechanics know it as the SUV that never stops braking. With reliability, ratings consistently below average, and recalls that read like a phone book, this Jeep represents American automotive problems at their finest. Available engines include a 3.6-liter V6, 293 horsepower, and a supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi in Trackhawk trim, 707 horsepower of problematic fury. The 8-speed automatic transmission suffers from harsh shifting, slipping, and complete failures that cost $3,500 to $5,500 to replace or rebuild. But the real villain is the TIPM, Totally Integrated Power Module, a master control unit that governs most electrical systems. When the TIPM fails, and it will, your Grand Cherokee won't start, or the fuel pump cuts out, or random accessories stop working. Replacement costs $1,200 to $1,500, and failures are so common that aftermarket companies sell pre-failed test units. The 2014 model holds the record with 19 recalls, covering everything from electrical system failures to cruise control that won't disengage, increasing crash risk, to high-pressure fuel pump failures causing engine starvation. Suspension components wear prematurely, dashboard screens delaminate, rendering ADAS systems useless, and air conditioning systems fail regularly. Used prices range from $15,000 to $45,000 depending on age and trim, but RepairPal estimates annual maintenance at $666, higher than most competitors. Mechanics report steering and suspension wear, engine problems, especially timing chain issues on 4 cylinders, and infotainment glitches that require expensive screen replacements. "It's a shame," one mechanic lamented. "The Grand Cherokee drives great and looks fantastic. It just doesn't stay working. And if you think that's disappointing, brace yourself for number 2. Number 2, BMW X5, 2020 to 2021. Just when you thought BMW learned its lesson from the 2008 to 2014 disasters, they released the 2020 to 2021 X5 models. Vehicles so problematic that Consumer Reports slapped them with a 1 out of 5 reliability rating. These modern X5s prove that more technology just means more ways to fail. The lineup includes a 3.0-liter turbocharged inline, 6 producing 335 to 382 horsepower, A 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 with 523,617 horses, and even a plug-in hybrid combining the 6-cylinder with an electric motor. All feature an 8-speed automatic transmission and BMW's xDrive all-wheel drive system. Owners report engine problems, transmission issues, electrical system failures, climate control malfunctions, and suspension problems, basically everything except the tires. The iDrive infotainment system crashes regularly despite multiple software updates. The digital instrument cluster freezes or displays random warnings, and the adaptive air suspension, optional, fails at an alarming rate, costing $3,000 to $5,000 to repair. What makes these X5s especially frustrating is the $60,000 to $100,000 price tag. You're paying top dollar for a vehicle that spends more time at the dealership than in your driveway. Warranty coverage helps initially, but problems persist long after the warranty expires. One owner described their 2020 X5 as a $75,000 loaner car because it's always in the shop. Mechanics report cooling system failures, oil leaks, the BMW tradition continues, failed sensors, triggering false warnings, and electronic issues requiring dealer-level diagnostic tools that cost shops thousands to purchase. Independent mechanics increasingly refuse to work on these vehicles due to complexity and liability concerns. But as bad as these are, they're not the worst on our list. That honor goes to number 1, Land Rover Range Rover, 2013 to 2023. RepairPal gives the Range Rover a reliability rating of 2.0 out of 5, ranking it 15th out of 19 in the luxury full-size SUV segment. Annual maintenance averages $1,174, and that's before major failures. Consumer Reports predicted reliability score 1 out of 5. Land Rover as a brand finished 28th out of 32 manufacturers in reliability surveys. Common engines range from a 3.0-liter supercharged V6 to a 5.0-liter supercharged V8, 518 to 557 horses. All share one trait. They leak oil from valve covers, timing cover, oil pan, and rear main seal. The legendary air suspension provides a cloud-like ride until it fails, typically all 4 struts simultaneously, costing $5,000 to $8,000 for replacement according to RepairPal estimates. Electrical problems dominate NHTSA complaints. The infotainment crashes, doors lock randomly, warning lights illuminate constantly, and some 2019 to 2021 models experienced complete electrical failures. Recall N877. Cooling system failures are epidemic. Plastic crossover pipes crack, causing coolant leaks that lead to head gasket damage or engine failure. TSB documentation shows this is a known recurring problem. The 9-speed automatic transmission develops shift quality problems. The transfer case leaks, brakes malfunction, the sunroof and tailgate leak water, causing mold and electrical shorts. Consumer Reports survey data shows only 14% of owners reported no issues, meaning 86% experienced problems. New Range Rovers start around $104,000. Used examples at $30,000 to $80,000 seem like bargains until reality hits. One mechanic summarized, "The Range Rover is Stockholm Syndrome on wheels. The terrain response. 2 system is brilliant off-road when everything works, but mechanics report the hill descent control malfunctions, low-range transfer case binding issues, and locking differential failures that leave owners stranded on trails." What car? UK's reliability survey found Land Rover finished 28th out of 32 brands with an overall score of 87.6%. The 2023 model received 7 NHTSA recalls, including 1 for rear-view camera failures and another for high-voltage battery issues on PHEV models. Want reliability? Buy a Lexus GX or Toyota Land Cruiser and actually enjoy ownership. 12 vehicles, mountains of documented evidence, and one clear message: expensive doesn't mean reliable. From Consumer Reports data showing the Lyriq scored just 53 out of 100, to NHTSA recall databases confirming the Grand Cherokee's 19 recalls in one model year, to RepairPal documenting Range Rover's $1,174 annual maintenance before major repairs, the proof is overwhelming. The sweetest sound isn't a V8 roar, it's your mechanic saying, "See you in 6 months." If this saved you from a financial nightmare, smash that subscribe button. Next video, we're revealing the SUVs that genuinely never die, because after this horror show, you deserve hope. Thanks for watching, and remember, reliability beats prestige every single time.